The entire process of a first-year teacher is kind of like drinking from a fire hose. And the induction process, I kind of look at it as giving them a glass of water and kind of scooping out little sips for them to kind of ingest as they go along.
In the beginning of the year, my induction coach and I worked on a lot of classroom management strategies. That was something that I needed a lot of help with in the beginning of the year. And as the year progressed, we slowly moved on to talking more about lesson development and lesson components and making them appropriate and tailored to students.
Induction is formalized support and mentoring for new teachers in the first 3 years or so when they first become teachers. It helps teachers become acclimated to the classroom, to the school, the district, the community in which they're teaching, but it also, very importantly, helps them become acclimated to the profession of teaching and what it means to be a teacher and to be a professional educator.
Educators who receive strong induction program and support are more likely to see higher levels of student academic gains throughout that year and afterwards. Typically, there's about 40 to 50% of our educators leave within their first 5 years. That's a very costly endeavor, both for the school, for the district, for our state, and we see that it is greater in areas of high poverty and high need, where students may need the greatest support.
I think induction is paramount in the success of any educator, and particularly our young educators. Coming in the right way and getting the right mentorship and being brought in, it will be a major factor in retention and getting quality teachers here in New Jersey.
Someone who's teaching for the first time as a teacher of record is going to have issues that are very broad. And because this is a profession that requires so much of you personally, these things just have to be dealt with, and there's no point in hiding them. There's no point in feeling like you can't talk to your coach. There's no point in feeling like these things aren't worth talking about, because they are, and they have to be dealt with. They will come out in the classroom.
The purpose of this work is to ensure that we retain the best teachers, right? Because if we know what they need and how we can support them, then we're doing what is right holistically for the district.
The greatest reason for people to leave teaching is that they lose a sense of efficacy. They don't feel they're being effective, there's no one to whom they can turn, and they leave the profession. So mentoring is the glue for a career, both in terms of increasing competence and increasing confidence.
A new teacher needs on-site support, someone that they can call after the school day and say, this is what happened to me today, or someone that they can go to during the day and say, what do you think about? Have you thought about this or that in terms of receiving feedback?
One thing that's wonderful about him is that he really models like that questioning and reflective way of looking and analyzing the assessment that I should be doing myself.
So we think it's very important for teachers to be able to identify what are their needs at this moment in time and how can I get what I need out of this professional development. And so we want every teacher to be able to walk out of our professional development with some kind of resource, tool, idea, strategy that they can implement the very next day in their classroom.
people would come with different strategies, and we would bring it back to our classrooms, and then we share resources, and then I would reach back out and say, I used this resource in my classroom, thank you so much, it worked really well with my students. And so I really appreciated the induction when we met up at Montclair State for that.
I learned about how the arrangement of the room and the materials that we provide students are one of the most important things in how they learn. So the room arrangement is kind of the silent teacher, and it allows children to access education.
99, 100!
I think teachers need to use data every single day in their teaching practice. We need to be constantly getting to know our students in order to determine what they need, what we're going to teach, and how we're going to teach.
What I feel is the most important components of induction would be the push for reflection. Like, I know that as a teacher, I continue to reflect, even though I'm way past the mark of induction. I keep that with me, where I constantly reflect on my experiences in the classroom, and I use that as a driving force to develop my pedagogy and my teaching strategies.
One of the major components that help me to feel that way, that make me feel that way, is the PD. It's so targeted, it's so on point, it's so relevant. I always walk away with something I can do in my classroom now.
When our students are in Montclair State, a strong component of that program is this social justice strand, because we think it's important to address directly some of the issues that may be confronting their students and themselves as they are teaching in communities where we have high numbers of students who are students of color, who may be immigrants, who may speak multiple languages, and we want to make sure that our teachers are sensitive and are responding appropriately to the students in front of them.
Relacionado es de.
Good, beautiful, excellent.
It is a way that our graduates can stay connected to Montclair State by engaging in professional development activities that will help them in their first, second, third, and hopefully all through their career as teachers in New Jersey. Teaching can be a very isolating profession, and we don't want people to stay in isolation. We want them to get beyond the closed doors of their classrooms. Understanding the power of social networks in retaining new teachers, and how important it is to stay networked and connected to someone else who can help you professionally, who can help you politically, who can help you pedagogically in your work as a teacher, and also help you personally.
Teaching by its very nature can be very isolating. So even though you're around all your students, oftentimes teachers end up in their silos. So having the same philosophy, the same principles, the same values, and ensuring that every single student, no matter where they come from, no matter what they've been through, gets a good quality education, that's critical. And making sure that that happens with all that we do, I think, is why induction is so amazing.
We love working with each other. We love the way we encourage our students, challenge our students. We love how each year we get better at our jobs. We demand more of our students. We're raising that bar. And I think seeing the way we've grown over these years is the one thing that I definitely cannot walk away from.
Overall, it's just been a year of immense support.
We came to see over time that it's really our responsibility to continue to support those teachers. They're our graduates, our alumni, and we want to continue to support them.
It makes me a proud pedagogue to be able to say that we've partnered with such a great university and have such great persons to work alongside to make sure that every student is going to have the best teacher in front of them on a daily basis.